Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a tool that's all about solving one of the biggest problems we face right now: how to turn all the data we're collecting into something we can actually use. And that tool is Tableau.
So let's just get real for a second. We are all swimming, no, drowning, in data. It comes from our businesses, from social media, from literally everywhere. But think about it. How much of that is actually telling you something useful? And how much of it is just, well, noise? And that right there is the heart of the problem. We've got data pouring in from IoT devices, from every single customer transaction, you name it. But the actual meaning, the insight that lets you make a smart move, that's the rare part. That's the gold.
So how do we get from all of that noise to the actual gold? Well, this is where Tableau's whole reason for being comes into play. It's built on the idea that it's not enough to just look at numbers on a screen. You have to be able to see and understand the story they're trying to tell you.
Okay, so what is Tableau exactly? On paper, it's a super powerful data visualization and business intelligence platform. But what makes it a total game changer is its intuitive, drag-and-drop interface. See, it was designed from day one to make data analysis something that everyone can do, not just a few PhDs in a back room.
And this pretty much says it all. This is their mission statement. It's not about locking information away behind complicated code or jargon. It's about empowering you, me, everyone, to find our own answers by really, truly seeing what the data has to say.
And they've been at this for a while now. Tableau got its start back in 2003, and they were really pioneers in this idea of self-service analytics. A huge moment came in 2019 when they were acquired by Salesforce, which just supercharged their ability to connect with everything. And today, millions of people all over the world use it to get smarter with data. So when you get Tableau, what are you actually getting? It's probably best to think of it less as a single program and more like a complete toolkit. Each tool in the box has a really specific job, and they all work together to help you tell a compelling story with your data. And this whole ecosystem is built to work together perfectly. You'll probably start in Tableau Desktop. That's your main workshop for building charts and dashboards. Now, if your data is a total mess, which it often is, that's what Tableau Prep is for. It helps you clean it all up first. Then, once you've built something amazing, you use server or online to share it securely with your team. And then there's Tableau Public, which is this fantastic free platform where you can share your work with anyone in the world. All right, you've got the toolkit, but what does it actually look like to go from, say, a chaotic spreadsheet to a beautiful dashboard that tells you something important? The whole journey is probably a lot more straightforward than you think.
It really just comes down to these 4 key steps. First, you connect to your data source. Then, you prep it to make sure it's clean and ready. After that comes the fun part. You visualize it to find the story. And finally, you share those insights with the people who need to see them. Connect, prep, visualize, share. See? Pretty simple.
And let's talk about that first step, connect, because it is incredibly powerful. I'm not just talking about connecting to an Excel file here. Tableau can plug into more than 100 different sources, things like massive SQL databases, cloud platforms like AWS and Google BigQuery, and even directly into your Salesforce or Google Analytics accounts.
And here is the real magic of it all. To do all of this, to connect to different data sources, blend them together, and start analyzing, you don't have to write a single line of code. Not one. The whole thing is built around that simple idea of dragging and dropping. It just completely removes that technical wall between you and the answers hidden in your data.
But listen, Tableau is not just about making pretty bar charts. Once you get comfortable with the basics, it lets you unlock some seriously cool analytical superpowers. Let's take a peek.
This is where you make the jump from looking in the rearview mirror to actually looking at the road ahead. You see, basic reports tell you what happened. That's the rearview mirror. But advanced analytics, that helps you understand why it happened and predict what's coming next. You're moving from just describing the past to actually forecasting the future.
And how does it do all that? Well, with features like one-click forecasting, automatic data clustering to find hidden groups, and calculated fields to create your own custom metrics. If you're a real power user, you can even plug in R and Python scripts. And one of my absolute favorites is Ask Data, where you can literally just type a question like, "What were my sales in Boston last quarter?" and get a chart as an answer. It's amazing.
And look, this isn't just theory. The biggest companies in the world are using this every single day. Coca-Cola, for example, uses Tableau to see and optimize its gigantic global supply chain. And Netflix, they analyze every bit of viewer data to figure out what shows you'll want to binge next. We're talking about data-driven billion-dollar decisions here.
So, when you really think about it, the answers you're looking for, they're probably already there, just waiting for you, hidden inside your data. The only question left is, are you ready to start asking?